and welcome to the shop. For those of you who are new to the shop, I'm Susan, and I'm glad you could join me today. Have you ever seen the invitation templates out on Canva and wondered how easy it is to edit these templates? Well, that's what I'm going to be covering today, just how easy it is to edit the Canva templates for your celebration with a free Canva account. So if this is something you're interested in learning about, let's stick around and let's get started.
So the first thing you're going to want to do is open up your template link once you purchase a template invite. Now this can be done one of two ways. Some companies will send you an email with your file to open up your template link, but here at Thurman Design Company we send a PDF download link to your user profile under your purchases and reviews section. Once you find that, you download it, and this is what you'll see. You'll get a PDF file for very first birthday 5x7 invite template. This is an example, but you'll also get a very first birthday invite documentation. Now, if we go through that really quick, this is what you'll receive. It'll tell you the size of it. It gives about sharing and redistributing our property. It also gives you information on how to create a free Canva account if you don't already have one. You basically just need to scan the QR code and it'll give you directions on how to create the Canva account, whether it's for your PC or mobile device. Next, it'll go into how to open the template. It'll also go through editing the file, resizing, removing graphics, saving it, what type of files you need to do. But it also will provide you with a video link, which is what you're looking at right now. So it's very easy to either edit the file from the documentation that you've received, or you can use the video link. So let's get started on that. So once you've downloaded your file, like I said, you'll end up with two PDF files. Double click on the template link and it will open up in your browser. Basically tells you what type of template you have purchased. This is the very first birthday 5x7 invite template that I'm going to be showing you today. Will show you an idea of what it's going to look like when it's completed. And if you have already created an account, all you'll need to do is click on the link below. If you haven't, please create one. You can use your Google information or your email information. If you would like instructions, go back to the documentation and there's a QR code that you can click on and it will walk you through exactly how to create your account. So once your account's created, please click on the link below. Then you will click on the link below that says use template for this design. It will actually open up in Canva account. So when you're wanting to edit your invite template, a lot of times you'll have graphics within your template that is not editable. Like for this one, you can see things that are editable by what we'll highlight. All the background graphics are not editable on this template. But it is movable. If you click on it, you can move it around. So you need to be careful not to delete it, because if you click on it and you delete it, you've lost your background. But if you do that, it's very easy to recover it by just doing a Control-Z and it will bring your background back. But do be careful. You don't want to lose the graphics on your invite. Let's go through what's all editable on this design. The strawberry itself, the frame for the picture is editable. You can add a picture to it. And all the text, anything that you can click on and it highlights, you can edit. The lines, the dates, the times, everything on here is editable. So let's start with editing the name. Say this isn't my child's name and you want to enter your child's name here. Just double click on it. And we want to change the name, but we might also want to change the font and stuff. So in this toolbar at the top, you'll notice that this is your font type. This is the size of your font. This is the color of the font. Some fonts will allow you to bold, italicize, or underline. This will does your alignment. You can set effects here. You can add a shadow, you can add an outline, you can create neon or a glitch. You can do curved items, which I'll show you here in a little bit. But right now what we want to do, we want to leave the font the same, but we want to edit the name. So I'm going to put a name. So that's as easy as clicking on it, highlighting it, and changing the name. You can use your back arrow to delete and change it to Amber. Say you have 2 children. You can do an and, click off of it, click over here on text. Let's add a subheading. Come over here. We want to use the Brittany font, and we're going to say Andrew. Now that's kind of small, so we want to increase the font by using the plus sign. We can take this one and we can decrease it a little bit. We can use the arrows down here to change the direction of it. So we can angle it, and then we can move Andrew over here and maybe make him a little bit bigger. Now you'll notice that Amber's in green and Andrew's in black. We're going to come up here to the text color and we'll make it green also. So it's as simple as that. We can take the join us4, we can move it up, we can move this over, move this around. We could have disconnected this, made it separate so we can move it separately. You can do all kinds of things with it. But it's as simple as that to add a couple names to the invite if you have more than one child that's having a birthday. Another thing that you can do is, let's click on Berry. Let's say we don't like the font for that. We come up here, we're going to change it to a Brick Sans. Now that's a really big font. Although it is the same size as the other one, it's a bigger letter sizing. So all you need to do is take the bar on the left and drag it, enlarge your box, and then it will put it in a straight line. Now to me that's a little bit big for what I was wanting to do, so I'm going to undo what I want. So I just do Control Z, and it puts it right back to where it was before. It's as simple as that. Now let's come down here and work on a curve font. The month of January is incorrect for the birthday that we're going to be doing, so let's change that. Double click on it and type in February. Whoops, if I can spell. And then click off of it and it's changed the month. Now say you don't want the curve on it. Click on it, come up here to Effects, and you'll notice here at the bottom it says Curve and None. If I click on None, it will make a straight. If you click on Curve, it curves it again. Now you can set the angle of the curve. You can make it to where it doesn't curve as much. You can bring it to where it curves up. Whatever you want to do to it. We're going to leave it back, set it back to the curve that it was. Click off and there we are. Say you want to change the font for the date. Double click on it, come up here. It's now a Comic Sans. Let's do let's do Lado. Now I think that's a little bit too tight. So I click on it and I come up here to spacing. I can increase the spacing between the letters, or the numbers I should say. And it's that simple. Now we've got a different font for the number and we've increased the space between it to make it look a little bit neater. Come down here, you can change the address. Say you think the address is too small. You can take the little dots on the side and just enlarge it to what you want to see. But now it looks like it's off center. So what we're going to do is drag it over until we see this bar that you see that came right up the center of the document. That's showing me that it's now center. And it's that simple to change. We can drag this around, put it wherever we want it. Now let's work on the picture frame up here. One of the nice items with this design is you're able to put your child's picture in here or children's picture. Now, it's as easy as coming over here to Uploads. Now I already have a picture uploaded, but for you, if you don't have one uploaded, you need to click on Upload Files, go find the picture out on your PC and upload. Simply open it up and then it will load it down here at the bottom. Once loaded, all you need to do is click on it and bring it over here and drag it to where you see it in the frame and then release. Now this is a little off center and I don't think that looks really good. So just double click on the item and move it around. You can resize the item by making it bigger or back where it was. It's pretty simple to do. The other thing you can do is you can change the size of the strawberry. Right now I've got the bottom piece where the picture is highlighted. If I hit my shift key and click on the top, it's now grouped these two pieces together to where I can easily resize it and make it a little bit bigger if I want to. It's that simple. Say you don't want a picture in here. You don't want to picture your child on the invitation. Well, that's simple to change too. Just come in, use your delete key, delete the strawberry, and then delete the top. You can come over here on the left and click on Elements. And now I've already searched on some strawberries, but all you would do is type in strawberries above, hit enter, and it will come up with a bunch of different graphics. Now, one thing to be aware of when you're utilizing graphics within Canva, there are two different types of graphics. Some are pro and then some are not. And if you have a pro account, then by all means you can enter the pro items. If you do not, then stay away from them because they will cost you money to utilize them. But I'm going to just use this strawberry right here. Click on it, it will enter, we'll put it over here. Now, that is just really big, way too big for what we need. So take the circles on the side, make sure your cursor has changed to a double arrow and just drag it to the size that you want. Then click on it and then you can move it. The arrows at the bottom allow you to change the direction of your item, spin it around. I still think that's a little big, so what I will do is decrease the size, and then I will turn it a little bit, and then I can center it. And that would be a strawberry added to it. Now that's not what I want to do. Say you don't like it, just click on it and delete it and do a Control Z, and you can go back and add back in your picture frame. Add back in your picture. Say that's still a little big. I want to make it back to the size it was. All I do is hit Control Z again and it reduces back to the size that it was. Editing this template is extremely easy. It's very easy to use and manipulate. You can do a lot of different things with it. Let's go back to the berry and let's look at some of the effects. Let's do an outline. Now you can see there that it has added a coloration for an outline. Say I don't like the color of it. Say I don't like the thickness of it. So I'm going to come down here to color and I'm going to tell it to give me a green outline. Now that's a little crazy, but at least it's there, you can see it. Now you can change the thickness of it and make it a little bit thicker, or you can make it a little bit thinner. If you decide that you don't want it, you're playing around with it, you decide, no, that's not what you really want, just click up here on None, and it will take any of these options off of it that you just did and put it back to the way it was. Like I said, it's very simple to change, to modify, whether it's the day, the month, the date, the RSVP. You can come in here, you can remove it. You can add an RSV, just an RSV number. You can put a person's name in here. Say you don't want to say join us for and you want it to say something else. Change it. Change the color of it. Change the font. There's so much you can do with it. And once you're happy with your design, It's very easy to come in and save. It's as easy as coming up to the top and clicking on Share. And then you want to click on Download. Click on the file type at the top. You can download it as a JPEG, you can download it as a PNG, or you can do a PDF print. Now, if this is something that you're going to send off to a professional printer, then you definitely want to check with them and ask them which file type that they require for their printing. If you're going to print it yourself, PNG, JPEG, or even PDF print is a good option for printing the file yourself. You can also send it out via social media. There's so much that you can do with it. We're going to save it as a PNG file, and then all you would do is click on download. That will download it to your machine, and you're all done. It's that simple. So let me show you another one of our designs and show you something a little bit different. So let's go back to over here, and I've got another template over here called One Happy Dude. And it's set up the same way. It tells you what kind of a template it is, shows you what the design is. Click on the link below, click Use Template for new design, and it opens it up right in Canva for you. This is very similar to the other template in that the background is not editable. Now, what you can do is edit the text, you can edit the picture frame, and you can edit any of the information on here. Now, let's start with the picture frame. It's the same as the other one. You go up to your uploads, you can drag in your picture, double click on it, and you can change where it sits in the frame. Now, if you decide on this one not to do a picture, you would delete it. And this one has a graphic already below it that you can use instead of placing a picture on it of your child. It's up to you. I'm going to use a picture on it, so it's as simple as Control Z, and I have my picture frame as well as the picture that was inserted into it back on my template invite. So let's change the name. I don't want Brandon, so I just clicked to the right of it, highlighted the name so it doesn't mess with the word is, and I'm going to put Jonathan. Now, using that word and the font size, I like the size of the font the way it is. I really don't want to make it any smaller, but where it's located really doesn't work for me. So I'm going to click off now that I'm done editing. I'm going to click back on it and drag it down a little bit so that it's in a place where it has enough room for you to see the name. Now, if you don't like the placement of it there, you can always reduce the font a little bit and then move it back up beside the smile face. It's that simple. If you're not happy with the font type, click on the top. Find a font over here that you like. Now, one thing to note when working with fonts is the same as working with your graphics. If there is a crown beside the font, then it requires a pro account to utilize it. But otherwise, you can change it to whatever you want. That makes it a lot smaller, makes it a lot bigger. So, sky's the limit to what you want to do. Now you can come down here, say you like Please Join Us to Celebrate, you like the font, you just don't like the size of it, come up to the top, hit the plus sign, enlarge it a little bit, and there you are. Here's Brandon's first birthday. We need to change that because the name is not Brandon. So we come in here, click right beside the N, drag across, and let's put Jonathan in here. Now you'll notice that that is too large for the width of the invite. So what we do is come in here and just reduce the font a little bit, and it reduces the size. Right now, this font is yellow and it has an effect to it. So if we come in here, you can change the color of the effect. You can change it to black. You can remove the effect. Now that doesn't look so good with just yellow, but maybe we'll close that down, and then we'll kind of come up to here and we'll change the color. So let's change it to black. Whoops. Now see, it didn't change because I didn't have anything highlighted within here. So we need to highlight everything in there, and then we change it to black. Click off, and there it's changed the there it has changed the text to the color black. It's that simple. You can change anything in here. This is all text. Say you don't like the way this is, we can go back to our other template if you had a different one. So what you could do is make a copy of this and then come back over to the other one, delete this and paste it in there, and it'd be as easy as that. So there's a lot of different changes you can make. Anything that's text on here you can edit other than the main graphic of one happy dude. You'll notice that it's very easy to drag this around and change it. As you can see, it's very easy to edit the templates that you can find out on Etsy. You can find templates for birthdays, you can find templates for anniversaries, for swim parties, wedding invitations, all kinds of different stuff. So they're very easy to do. Don't feel intimidated by them. They're very easy to use.
Well, thank you for joining me today. I hope you found this video helpful, and remember, you're welcome back at the shop anytime. Have a great day.